much.
Well, first of all, Suzanne, thank you and your crew for doing this tonight. I think when you got first in touch with me, I was laying in the hospital, so I'm glad to see I'm here. And Woody, thanks for cutting your golf game short, because I always enjoy having you there at that microphone, so thank you for that. I think I know a lot of people in here tonight, and I see Doc Smith sitting here. He probably knows me a little bit more than a lot of you do, so thanks for being here. I am a lifelong citizen of Johnson County. I lived over by Columbus, and I am married to the beautiful Rachel Gifford here, who I'm very proud of. And I'm a vetted candidate by REPAC-MO, which is a state organization. It's vetted over 400 people in the state. And I guess you could say that I am proud to be here. I went to College High School, which for some of you, that's no longer existing. I went to UCM. I was national president of Delta Tau Alpha, which is the National Ag Honor Society. So I've been very involved, and so I have people ask me, well, why am I running? Well, I feel like everybody ought to do something. For instance, Bruce is on city council. Matt was on school board. So I can't honestly feel like I can ask someone to do something if I'm not willing to do something myself. So that's why I'm here. Thank you.
All right, Charlie, 2 minutes.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen.
Get it right up on close.
Okay. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Woody, and thank you for everybody for showing up this evening. My name is Charlie Cavanaugh. I go by Charlie. I've been your commissioner for the last 7 years, a little more than that. I'm running because I feel like I'm a voice for the people. My phone is open to anybody that wants to call. It's where I have been. I've been in Johnson County. I'm a lifelong resident here. I spent 8 years in Saudi Arabia. I was not a veteran. I was not in the military. I was an independent contractor to help the O&M for the military. So what I've learned is Johnson County is a great place to be. It's a great place to live, and a great place to bring your children. I'm a lifelong person that wants to say, yes, I follow the police departments. I want to go ahead and continue that, and I will. We have several things that we've got on the books right now for the county that we're moving forward with. As a commissioner, it's a little different because it takes 2 of us to make a decision to move forward. We may have several things on the books, but I say I, but it's actually we. We have to work together as a committee. There's 3 of us, and it takes 2 of us to move forward. And then sometimes we get shot down, but we have to get together. We have to move forward. Thank you.
Go ahead and keep the mic. You get the first question.
Okay.
And we have 4 of them for you. We'll start with number 1. How can the commission make its agendas and meetings more accessible to the public?
Well, the agenda 1 is Woody actually announces it on the days that we have something going on. The agenda is always posted 24 hours ahead of time. It is normally posted on a Thursday evening, Friday morning for the following week. You can call in, you can get on the email, it'll be emailed to you direct. You can come in, you can see us, you can zoom in. There isn't an avenue that I'm aware of that's not available. If there is, I want to hear an avenue that we could move forward with. I'm open to any suggestions whatsoever.
Get my microphone to work. I think I'm out of battery. Go ahead, Jerry.
You want me to read it for you?
You want me to read it? I can read it.
No, I can't. In case you didn't catch it, first go around, how can a commission make its agendas and meetings more accessible to the public? Well, quite honestly, I don't know how the public accessibility is being done now. So I don't have any intention of trying to change things until I learn how it's being done. I was never one to begin a job and say, well, I did it this way. Rather than that, I always went along with what was being done until someone asked me, well, how did you do things? However, I do feel our citizens have every right to have accessibility to the commissioners. One thing I always did as a banker was to return phone calls. A simple thing. But it always amazed me how many people would say, you called me back. And I said, well, didn't you want me to? Wasn't I supposed to? Well, yeah, but nobody ever does. Well, I plan to return phone calls. And I plan to make sure that if you want to get in touch with me, I will be accessible.
Oh, I'll do it without it.
Okay. Or you want to use mine?
No, you keep. The second question you'll start, Jerry. What plans do you have to oversee the proper use of sales tax collected for animal shelter services?
Quite honestly, I think the animal shelter is important, but why stop there? Shouldn't the commissioners be responsible and transparent for the proper use of all the taxes collected? That's my plan. To make sure what our citizens pay in taxes is done according to the purpose of the tax and to properly follow the budget accordingly.
Don't want to work? Go ahead, answer the question, Charlie.
Okay, the people voted in an 8-cent sales tax for the animal shelter. It is actually a contract. We put it out for bids, and they come back with X amount of dollars. Now, we received an approximately about $800,000, give or take a few hundred thousand, because we never know what the sales tax comes in, but they don't always get all the money. What they do is all the money that we receive for the sales tax goes to the animal shelter at any given time. What they do is they come back in and at the year end, they will come up with a budget. They will say, my budget is $710,000. We will look at it. We will talk about it. We will move forward. The extra, I'm going to say $90,000 that was still in the pot is rolled over to the following year and so on and so forth. It always stays with the animal shelter itself. If the animal shelter closes, it still stays there. Whenever we come back in, we can have another animal shelter come back in. We have the money strictly for that shelter. People were concerned about if we received the money, that whether we would give it to the shelter or not. Well, we also keep track of what they do. Every month, they give us a budget page. They come back in and they say, our bill is X amount of dollars, because it's monthly, but their budget, we can look and see what they spent the money for, so we know exactly what they were doing with the money whatsoever. So.
I think she fixed it for me.
Okay.
You keep the mic, you're next.
I keep the mic, okay?
You keep it. Number 3, 9 county boards, committees require individual appointments. How can the process of the county commission reviewing applicants and appointments be more transparent?
We've had trouble with that in the past. What we've done is the committee or whatever it is, ABC committee, we've asked them to give us all of the applicants so we know what's going on. If we're not receiving them, we want to know about it. Now, in the past, I'm going to tell you, we didn't receive them all. But we're moving forward with it. And then also, I was talking to Diane the other day, and I said, you know, with these committees, even though we don't oversee them, they can actually say, well, we are looking for someone in that committee, and we can post it on our website and say, hey, ABC committee is looking for somebody to join their committee. And that will help also. So I think that will help quite a bit and eliminate some of the problems we've had in the past.
Okay, Jerry, same question. 9 county boards, committees require individual appointments. How could the process of the county commission reviewing applicants and appointments be more transparent? Do you have an idea?
Well, back in the late 90s, the county commissioners came to me and asked me if I would serve on the Johnson County Economic Development Corporation, which I did. For 19 years, I served on that board, so I understand what it means to kind of be appointed to a board. I would like to think that if you have a good list of people that you can appoint, that if they have a talent or a skill that would better serve that commission, to look at those people and not just a good old boy system.
Okay, keep it. You get the last question. Johnson County's infrastructure, including roads and bridges, requires attention and investment. Now, what strategies would you support to improve and maintain the state's infrastructure while balancing fiscal responsibility?
Well, you know, when I first read that question and it said maintain the state's infrastructure, well, the first thing that came to my mind, well, I'd get everybody to vote for Lori Rook for Missouri State Treasurer. But I'm assuming that we really mean maintain the county's infrastructure. So I would start by trying to pay attention to the budget for each department. I'm going to use roads and bridges as an example. We can't adequately take care of the county's many roads if we don't have enough people to do the job it takes. Now, I've lived in this county all my life. I know where Pothole Road is, and I know Casey and Verna Jenkins Road needs good fixing. And from the research that I have, I've learned that the county road and bridge department was very understaffed. And if we don't have enough people working for roads and bridges, then we need to do something about it and pay a competitive wage to get those people there. Give the workers the tools they need to do the job required and support them according to their ability and the budget necessary to adequately do the job.
All right, you get it, Charlie, I'll read it for you. Johnson County's infrastructure, including roads and bridges, requires attention and investment.